Welcome back to the Popcorn Hour. I'm your co-host Matt,
And I'm your co-host, James.
and today we are talking Fantastic Four. So as we record this now, it's Monday. We went and watched it on Friday, on opening day, and we did watch it in a Norwegian movie theater. And in our last episode we talked a little bit about our movie theater experience there, but now that we're talking about Fantastic Four, I think we can really kind of describe being in the theater itself, not just the outside stuff.
So, if you didn't watch the last episode, that won't really make sense. But currently, we're in Norway. That's why our set looks weird, and these chairs are at completely different heights. And this one is very uncomfortable. So, if you're seeing the video version, my mic is on two mic boxes. This room is really uncomfortable and egregiously hot.
Yeah, I think it might be better for us to just move rooms.
Yeah, I mean, we only have like 2 days left.
I know.
Well, didn't Dad said that their room was hot?
Yeah, that is true. We'll be fine.
But yeah, it was our first time being in a foreign movie theater, and if you've seen our Instagram, we're actually really close by to where one scene from Tenet, Christopher Nolan's movie, was filmed. So we recreated a shot from that. You can go look at it on our Instagram. That was really cool. We didn't really expect to do that, but it was really cool.
Yeah. I didn't think too many movies were filmed here in Norway that weren't
A lot
Norwegian.
of the Mission Impossible movies were. Like a lot of the stunts.
Yeah,
and the
okay,
mountains and
I
stuff.
could see that. Yeah, but yeah, we weren't planning on going to a Norwegian movie theater before we made this trip. We were just figured we'd watch it when we got back, and then we figured out that we could watch a movie here, and it was one of the best decisions we made regarding watching movies. I think.
That was so. For years, I've said that the best movie theater experience for me was Oppenheimer, because we saw it, I think, opening weekend, but we saw it in IMAX. Like, I was in the dead center seat of the movie theater, so that was just awesome. But this one, we didn't like look up anything, because why would we? But like we kind of went in blind because we didn't know how similar or how different it was going to be. Before we got here, we thought it was going to be like kind of the same, and then like right before, we thought it was going to be pretty different, and it was different with like stuff I didn't really think about, like butter. Like, they don't put butter in their popcorn unless you get like the buttered popcorn. They had like 6 different gourmet popcorns, by the way.
Yeah. The just when we walked in, I mean, they had statues from different movies. The movie posters were all digital and
That's
changed,
smart.
and they weren't really movie posters; they were banners.
Yeah,
So
that was really cool.
Yeah, and it's multi-story, which I've never been in a multi-story movie theater before.
There were also like the posters that are on like a loop, so there's like slight movement in it.
Yeah,
So like for the Fantastic Four one, like Johnny has his like hand up waving or something like that, and his hand's just kind of waving back and forth.
yeah,
And then like the F1 movie, it was like Brad Pitt like nodding his head or something.
yeah. It was really cool, and I'm glad we did it. We got to try some different candies and popcorn and all the stuff that they got. But inside the theater itself, we did watch it at IMAX. It was so large.
I didn't know that like theaters could be that big. It was like 4 or 5 stories of seats.
Yeah, honestly, by looking at it, it didn't really look like it was more seats. Like,
It's
there
just
might have been like
tall.
1 or 2 more rows, but like the from floor to the ceiling was almost twice as big as
It was like an
a normal
arena.
theater. Yeah, it was huge.
I didn't know that movie theater screens like would get that big.
Yeah, the screen itself, you pretty much had to turn your head to look.
We did, since we're in Norway, they played I don't even know if there is a Norwegian subbed or no dubbed version.
Yes, yeah. So
Oh.
yeah, because when I was looking at the tickets online, and it made me nervous when we walked in because they didn't ask us, but there were 2 showings of it. One was English with Norwegian subtitles, and the other one was Norwegian with language with English subtitles. So it made me nervous up until because the ads itself were different. Like they were ads. They weren't previews or anything. Like it was a bunch of just ads.
Yeah, all the ads were in Norwegian. There was like one English one.
There were a handful of English ones. Like they kind of went back and forth.
There was a Coca-Cola ad, and then there was, I think, like an app or something.
Yeah.
And then it was, they played like just a bunch of random like ads that you would see on TV.
Yeah.
And then, which I've been to a theater that has done it in like probably 10 years, but they fully black out the theater. No lights at all. Because usually now, like in the States, they just dim the lights. It was pitch black.
Yeah, it was super cool.
And then it played like 3 movie trailers.
Yeah.
And then just went straight into the movie.
Yeah, we saw an extended teaser for The Odyssey. What else did we see?
Predator? No. Avatar. Tron?
No, it wasn't Tron. It was something else that we weren't interested in.
Oh, yeah, because I remember we were like...
The only one we were interested in was The Odyssey.
We were like, oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, but...
I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, I don't either. Obviously, it was forgettable, so...
Oh, yeah, how did it feel to do the slate for the first time?
It's harder than it looks.
So the slate that we do at the beginning, if you listen to the audio version, it's the clap at the beginning. The video version, you know what it is at the beginning. But it's the thing that you see in like movie bloopers when they hold it up in front of the camera. This thing, if you're watching the video. That was your first time doing it?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier when you're on set because you don't actually really care.
Yeah.
But
yeah, watching you do it sometimes and it takes you 7 or 8 times to do it. I'm like,
well, I do it.
How could you not do it?
I do it like 3 times extra just to be safe.
Yeah, and then I try to do it and like trying to get it even and to where you could see it on the camera as well as not moving too much and just moving your finger to close it. Yeah.
But anyway, honestly, if you're thinking about going out of the country, out of the U.S. or wherever you're watching this, to go see go to a foreign movie theater, it's worth it. I don't know if we just got lucky or not. Also, we forgot to mention, when you walk in, it's a candy store. Like, There's a giant candy store, and then we asked 3 employees, like, their favorite candy. We got a chocolate one, we got a berry one, and then we got a mixed berry one and a strawberry candy.
Yeah.
A little different, but it was pretty good. And then I got a regular popcorn, and then he got a popcorn that came with, like, these bacon, pork rind, chicharron things.
Yeah, those were really good. They were
different.
Yeah, those were really good, and especially if you mix the two.
And then they had like different snack bags.
Everything you got yourself, including the popcorn. So it was and super
your drink.
Cool.
Like you literally just like if you wanted a drink from like those Coke dispensers where they have like it's a screen and like all the sodas, you just get it and then you just take everything to the checkout. Which I feel like they should do that in the States.
Yeah, but I did notice the Coca-Cola drink dispenser for the fountain drinks. There was only 5 options.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, it was a small one. They only had 5 options. Everything else was in a bottle.
And then we did we both got slushies, but they were Fanta sodas, which when we went to the World of Coke in Atlanta, and we tried the blue raspberry Fanta, I was like, this would be a perfect slushie.
Yeah.
And then we had it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Once it like kind of melted a little bit, it was still carbonated.
Which you didn't like it.
I thought it was weird because it scared me. It was like,
I was pleased.
Is there like Pop Rocks in here?
Yeah, I was pleased with the carbonation, that it still kept the carbonation, which I feel like normal slushies in the US don't do that.
Okay.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, and like when we were watching the movie, it was so loud in there.
I was kind of scared when the movie or when the trailers were going, because it was like not the trailer, the normal ads. It was just like a ad about like some sort of like finance app, and it was super loud. And I was like, this is gonna be a loud movie.
Yeah, and it was, but you got used to it pretty quickly once the actual movie started. So, but yeah, you ready to talk about your first? You wanna
get into briefly go over what movies we watched since we last filmed?
Yeah.
I'll be quick.
Yeah, it'll be quick.
Last time. So we watched, after Fantastic Four, we watched Happy Gilmore 2.
I feel like we should do a review on that one. Just because.
Yeah, it was I was editing when we watched it, but it was weird. I was pretty engaged just because of how like weird it was. Yeah. Critically, terrible, awful, bad, but like it was a funny watch. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but it was.
No, It was an enjoyable movie, and uh, like there was a lot
It
that
was
like
really
was
kind of
unnecessary. The
stupid.
amount of cameos in it was a little much, like, but at the same time, it was kind of cool to see like who you could pick out and stuff like that. But like overall, it was enjoyable to a certain extent.
Yeah, it was. It was entertaining. I'll say that.
Yeah,
It was a little kind of
it was,
dumb, but
yeah, it was unnecessary.
especially the first like 3 minutes was like crazy,
Yeah,
insane that they would start Happy Gilmore 2 like that.
yeah, I
But
wasn't expecting
I
it.
didn't log it, but we watched the last 40 minutes of Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah, which
So
that was I finished my first watch of that because I watched half of it on the plane.
our room was like 1,000 degrees because they don't really believe in AC
Yeah,
in
the weather
like
here is
Europe.
just it's usually cool,
So
but we decided to come here when it's so hot.
so we decided we just couldn't sleep because of how hot it was in here. So we just started watching. We watched like 3 movies. So then after that we watched Ted 2, and then we started The Other Guys, and then we like went down to the lobby and they got fans and stuff. Well, went down, no one was there, and then called. And after like 4 days of asking, we finally got fans.
Yeah,
So if you can hear that in the background, it's because we have fans on, and without them, it's like 1,000,000 degrees in here.
yeah, and the fans really help a little bit. There's some moments where it really doesn't, but yeah, we didn't sleep that night because then
Oh,
after that we started The Other Guys, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep when they were
I
the whole
felt
Sheila scene at dinner.
I I like started dozing off at the scene when he does the desk pop when he shoots in the air,
Oh, really?
and then I just kind of kept going in and out, and then fully fell asleep at the bye Sheila.
Yeah, that's the last thing I remember. Is bye Sheila.
And then I started watching Blink Twice, the Channing Tatum movie that came out this year.
I think it was this year. Yeah.
I wanted to watch it in theaters, but again, those types of movies, they're only in theaters for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And
Did you
then,
finich it?
no, I fell asleep in the car.
Oh, you started it today. Oh, okay.
I'm like an hour in.
I didn't see you watching a movie.
It was, well, also, Dad was kind of going a little fast, so I like looked at the thing that said that we would be back here at like an hour and like 43 minutes, and the movie was an hour and 43 minutes.
Okay.
And then by the time I hit like an hour, it said that there was going to be like 5 minutes at the end of the movie. So I was like, I'm just going to go to sleep.
Is
So I
it worth
can.
the watch? I have it
So
downloaded.
far-
That's one of the movies I was planning on
So
watching.
far, it's like nothing has happened, and it's kind of dragging a little bit. But I feel like this last like kind of, I'm at like almost the end of the second act. I feel like it's gonna get interesting
Okay.
at that point. But so far, I'd say not really.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not really entertaining, or so far. It's just kind of Channing Tatum being weird on a private island.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess we'll go into our spoiler-free thoughts. Fantastic Four. I thought that the Norwegian text at the bottom was going to throw me off until we saw the screen. Then it really didn't. But that day I was very, very tired and like really struggling to stay awake.
Yeah. 'Cause
Not
that's
because
that's the night we stayed up all night, almost
Uh,
all night.
not because it was a boring movie or not entertaining or not fun, but just because of how tired I was. But I do think that if we saw How to Train Your Dragon, I would have been out within like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe even Superman, because I've seen Superman twice.
Yeah. I saw you dozing off a couple times, and I wasn't gonna let you sleep, for sure, but
I didn't fall asleep once.
yeah, it
But-
was. I mean, that was a long day anyway.
But it was and like something quickly would happen and it would like wake me up, and then it was kind of sad. But when the movie would like take a breath, I would start to doze off, just because how tired I was. But I really like those moments a lot. The movie does take a lot of breaths, which
Yeah.
I appreciate from superhero media, because I feel like they're just kind of gung ho, full action, and then this had took a lot of breaths.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Say that again.
It's fantastic.
No, it was good. I really enjoyed it, and then like I was fully engaged the entire time.
I will definitely be going to see this in theaters again when I get back. Do you want to do like our rankings of all the movies now, or you want to do that at the end?
We can do it now.
Okay, so I think
Recency bias might come into play, but it's
yeah,
fine.
I think based off of likeness, like how much I like them, they're all like close because I really like. No, okay, not all. Fan Four Stick is at the bottom
Yeah,
by
it's at
Josh
the
Trank.
bottom.
That's at the bottom, but
And we're not gonna include the 1994.
yeah, we're not gonna include that because
That's not fair.
it's unreleased technically. But if you do a quick Google search, you can watch it.
Yeah, but it's also unfair because of like the time.
Yeah, it was very low budget. They didn't really get a lot of funding for it,
Yeah,
and the movie didn't ever like fully get finished. So
yeah. So
the
that one doesn't count. But yeah, Fan Four Stick, bottom.
Fan
bottom.
Four Stick is at the bottom. We were talking about this earlier. Superhero movies are weird because you can't do your own adaptation, your own like cinematic spin to it. Because I don't know, it's just that never receives well. I don't know why.
It's because you actually have people that read comic books, and if you try to do something there, it's not like true to the comics. That's what really irritates people about like superhero movies nowadays, because if you don't use the comics and you just kind of use the base as like the characters or whatever, then that creates a problem because people want to see, especially avid comic book readers, they want to see what they've read. They want to see it come to life. But and it also, with thousands and thousands and thousands of comic books, why wouldn't you use source material? I can understand, and I was thinking about this earlier. I can understand taking a small liberty, like maybe changing like something subtle here and there. But if you start changing like origin stories or the way like costume design or anything like that, that's gonna immediately turn people away from it.
The only thing that like throws me off about that is comics do different spin and adaptations themselves. But
That is true.
but
Yeah.
it's weird when it and then they do that with the animated movies. Like the mostly I don't really watch any of the Marvel ones. But
No.
because they don't really have that many, but like all the
They used
DC animated movies, like they have Gotham by Gaslight, which is if Batman was in the 20s
Yeah.
or the 10s ish, like, and Jack the Ripper is the villain,
Yeah.
or Superman Red Sun, where he lands in Russia, but that's fine. But the second it goes into live action, then it's just hated.
Yeah.
And I think that it's kind of like these Disney live action remakes.
Yeah.
But what I thought was weird because I read comics not that much, but like I read comics most like 99% DC. But this movie it didn't really feel like reading a comic. It felt like watching a cartoon, like like the Spider-Man animated series cartoon.
Yeah. It honestly felt like a comic book on the screen to me. Like I really felt like there were subtle hints of just like I don't know how to word this, but like it literally felt like they took a comic book and slapped it onto a screen, and they're flipping pages and moving the camera to different panels.
I feel like it feels that way because of the character designs.
Probably
Because I think they tried to make you feel like you were watching a comic book, but like I always say this, like the movie Kick-Ass, I think is the perfect comic to film adaptation.
Yeah.
But like that, okay, that felt like you were reading a comic. This movie feels like you're watching one,
Yeah.
and I think that, and it doesn't feel weird.
No, which makes it, I think, sets itself apart from the other ones. Like Fan Four Stick is obviously, but it's here.
Is just, I mean, because the director directed the same movie, but taking the movie Chronicle, and then just throwing Fantastic Four on that. That's what it is.
So what would you put the other ones?
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that. So Fan Four Stick, and then I'd say I don't know. I feel like it depends on the day, but I think I would put the first one.
I would too, mainly because
I think it's a better put together movie, and it was newer, it was fresh. But the second one, to me, the first act and start of the second act just has better moments.
yeah
They're more family like. They feel more organic.
yeah I would say from base, like if I haven't watched the movies in a while, the first one, like I really remember only them getting their powers, and then the end fight scene.
I think the
And then
second
like
act.
I remember a lot of Doctor Doom like Victor transitioning into Doctor Doom, but other than that I don't. But I remember a lot from Silver Surfer.
I think the third act of Silver Surfer is pretty forgettable, but
Yeah.
I think the first two acts, I don't know actually, because the first one, like if I really think about it, I like the movie elements more about it. Like the first act, I really like them getting their powers, and then they're just kind of learning about it. And then the second act, when they're going back to the city, and then they're like learning about them more and kind of realizing that they could do something with it. And then the third act, I think, is pretty solid. But then Silver Surfer, it's just kind of like it's fun and campy for the two acts, and then the third act just kind of feels lazy.
Yeah.
But it's just it has more like comedic moments, more moments of them being a family, which might make it better. So I would say I don't know. I feel like I have to put the first one in Silver Surfer at like 2A and 2B. So I would say Silver Surfer is 2B. The first one is 2A, and number one is Fantastic Four First Steps.
Okay. Yeah, I would put Fan Four Stick, the first Fantastic Four, then Silver Surfer, and then this one.
Yeah.
I like if I'm going to watch the Fantastic Four, I'm gonna prefer to watch Silver Surfer over the first one.
I feel like it's easier to watch.
I think at the same time I don't like origin stories. I'm over origin stories. I like with anything because like I know how that happens. I don't need to watch it. So which is something that made me really like this movie a lot because it's not an origin story at all.
Well, they explain the origin perfectly at the start of the movie.
They touch on it and then it's done.
They just kind of it. What I like about it is it feels like they're just kind of reminding you. They're just giving you a refresh.
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes long, perfect amount of time. It's not rushed, not dragged out, and it's just like, here it is.
Yeah.
This is what happened, which I think is like perfect, because it's the same way like how Superman started. Superman, it just explains it with text over 30 seconds, and it's already established what has happened.
Yeah,
that's enough.
That's
good.
Plenty. That's plenty. And if anybody that didn't know the origin stories, just do a quick Google search at this point, because there's plenty of material out there to just give it to you for real quick, or you can just watch an older version. Watch the first Fantastic Four. That'll give you the origin story. It's virtually virtually going to be the same in every adaptation,
except for Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's a little different. But
this might be a hot take, but I don't think Fan Four Stick is bad until right after Reed escapes the compound after they get their powers.
I think so too.
Because after that, the movie just like I think you can argue that with the Green Lantern movie is it's bad when the party scene starts.
Yeah. Fan Four Stick. I actually enjoy the beginning of it until they get their powers, and then
it reminds me of Meet the Robinsons a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
And
that's a great movie.
And I've seen more people talk about this recently, but I've always thought this, and I thought it was a really something that I really enjoyed from Fan Four Stick is the body horror when they're getting their powers, like Reed stretching, and he's like terrified, and then Johnny's like on fire. The Thing Ben is just like freaking out because he's a rock, and then Sue is like in a coma, just in and out of visibility. Like if this happened, this would be terrifying, and it's very like dark, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
thought it was a cool take.
Yeah,
this one's very like lighthearted, but it can be dark.
Yeah,
and I feel like the original two tried to do it, but this just did it better.
Yeah,
it was lighter and it was darker.
Yeah,
but it was better, and the writing I think was perfect for all of them. This was because they kind of did this thing with the Thing where they didn't really make him. He wasn't a monster to himself like in the like original stories.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a later thing, but he didn't see himself as like a monster.
Yeah,
and people really didn't either.
But I mean, but like
there was like elements that you could tell that he could kind of probably have. He's probably bearing something about it.
Probably, but I mean, it's not an. He probably did feel that way when it happened, you know.
Because there's some stuff once we get into the spoilers, I have like a kind of a theory. I think that could be the first thing because we'll go straight into the characters. But I feel like we can talk about the costume design.
Yeah, costume design is great.
It's so weird because if you were to tell me, hey, this superhero movie they're wearing sweaters, I would be really confused considering how much I liked the original movie suits.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot. It was cool. I like how they just didn't really explain the science behind it. It just works.
Yeah,
Like they just have these suits.
yeah. They didn't take up time from the movie to explain how their suits work.
I think that
they kind of did for a second, but it was for something different.
I think they all looked perfect. I did not like the casting for Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic at first because he just doesn't look like him. And based on like other roles he's done, I didn't really think that he could like capture his character, like the Mandalorian or like Joel from The Last of Us. I just really didn't.
It's very different from what he's done before.
Yeah,
but I think he did such a good job.
I think he did amazing. Vanessa Kirby, she did really good as the Invisible Woman. I think she had the most character.
Yeah,
the most personality compared to every other version. Because I feel like the Fantastic one, she was just like, I listen to music. I'm cool.
Yeah.
And then the original one, I feel like they just kind of made her dumb.
Yeah.
She was kind of there.
Yeah.
And then
this one, she actually contributed to the situation
of
the movie.
We'll go into it for the spoilers, but Johnny has some great character development in this movie.
Yeah, his is so good. He
has definitely always been my favorite character in every movie except for probably Fantastic. I liked Michael B. Jordan as Johnny, but I feel like none of them meshed well with each other.
No, they didn't. None of them really liked each other.
It just didn't feel right with any of the characters. They all felt like they were doing a different movie.
Yeah.
But Chris Evans and Joseph Quinn both did amazing. And this one, I definitely think that they feel the most like a real family. And I feel like in the original one, it feels like they were forced to do a job together.
Yeah.
Not like the actors, but like they all were like forced to do this astronaut thing.
Yeah.
And then this one they feel like a family. And Johnny's not a total idiot.
No, or they don't focus too much on him being a heartthrob.
Yeah,
type of character.
It's just kind of like everybody knows that Johnny loves women.
Yeah,
yeah, like,
and he doesn't really focus on that either. Like the character itself doesn't really focus on that either. Like he mentions a couple things here and there, but for the most part, like he's focused on the situation at hand, focused on the rest of the family, and trying to be helpful rather than
just be cool.
Yeah. And I think, and even like the thing, like I really liked his presence altogether.
His character design, at first I thought it was a little weird.
I didn't like it at first.
And then I knew, because the first thing I saw was the behind the scenes stuff, and I knew that they were going to touch up the suit in post, so I didn't really worry about that. But I was like, it's just kind of...
I thought his
I didn't know how the unibrow was going to translate.
Yeah, it looked funny on like the like behind the scenes shots, but it worked.
It was great. I do feel like that. I wish that he didn't wear full outfits the whole time. I wish that like he in the comics like he's just wearing pants.
Yeah.
Or like when he's wearing the trench coat, like he doesn't have a shirt on under it.
Yeah.
But his outfits in the movie were really cool. And then at first when I like saw all the castings, the only ones that I really liked were Vanessa Kirby, and I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the guy that played the Thing. I really kind of found out about him with the TV show The Bear, and then I was like, okay, yeah, he's perfect, because I kind of thought that they were going to go for more the original route, of like the original Fantastic Four movie, where he's being like the Thing and very gloomy and just depressed, but he was very hopeful, and I think it's pronounced Ebon.
Yes, it's Ebon. Yeah.
Yeah, he did great, and he's becoming like one of my favorite actors, and I hope that he does a lot more.
Yeah, I think altogether, like the chemistry between all four of them was really, really good. Nothing felt awkward. Nothing felt strange or forced. Like they all meshed very, very well together.
I really like Johnny's like fire because like in the comics he's always like a burnt orange, pun intended, like a very dark orange like silhouette, and then he just kind of has like a fire shape around him, and then usually he has like in like some of the older versions he has these like lines, these like stripes,
Mm-hmm.
and then in this it was perfect. It was like kind of capturing like the later designs
Mm-hmm.
where like the fire you can kind of like see the fire like move in like the direction of like his muscle fibers
Yeah.
and then throughout, but at the same time he still had like just the dark silhouette, the glowing eyes, and then because of the sweater had the lines, and he probably had my favorite suit even though
Yeah.
they were all basically
Uh,
similar.
yeah. I like Pedro Pascal's suit the most. I definitely with all four of them, probably the most comfortable looking
Yeah.
superhero suits.
Also, I noticed when they're like running, because they run a few times in the movie, it feels like you're watching like a '50s cartoon.
Yeah.
I think that this movie just feels like you're watching like a '50s cartoon, but they put it in like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, where it has like futuristic '60s style to it.
And
I loved the technology.
yeah, the technology,
It was
especially
futuristic, but it was old at the same
yes,
time.
that's I really like movies set in the 60s because the design that you could do with it, like I just like that old look, like the old cars, the buildings themselves, like they look older.
I
Like
love
they
like
look like
just
they're
the
from the 60s.
round chrome design. That's
Yes.
why I love Fallout.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just visually like very appealing.
Yeah. And then the costume design, I like being in the 60s, I really liked it. The even like the sound
their
design.
inflection, like how they talked, was a little more reminiscent of like the '60s.
Yes, and like the score and stuff felt very 60s esque. So
That score is great.
yeah, everything about the setting itself was really really good, and they didn't like obviously the Baxter building is futuristic and like advanced technology, but it fit perfectly. It wasn't out of place.
Yeah,
So like even like yeah, they had fancy technology and like the computers and stuff were far better than like what the 60s like normal person would have had in the movie, but it still had that look. And I was really happy with it.
so I don't know about you, but I'm ready to talk about spoilers.
Okay.
Oh yeah, also Silver Surfer. At first, I didn't really care for what they were doing with it because at first I just kind of really didn't want to see them redo the story that they did in Rise of Silver Surfer. And then I loved like the Silver Surfer TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So when it was like the female version, I was just kind of like I would like to see both of them rather than just one or the other. Like I think their story would be really cool if it was both.
Yes, but
Um,
I am glad that they didn't just change the gender, but have
Yeah.
it still be the same person. It's a actual character in the comics,
yeah,
which is very cool.
they gave her like a really good purpose and she's very different from the male Silver Surfer. But her character was really good. Her design and like her sound design was great.
Yeah, the sound design was amazing.
And then I do hope that we have both because I think that their story together would be really interesting
Yeah.
and really cool to see on screen. But I'm ready to go into spoilers.
Yep.
So from here on out, if you haven't seen it, go to a foreign movie theater
Yeah, there you go. And then come back.
or recreate a shot.
Yeah, do that.
I don't know if you can do that, but what's the? Okay, so
Oh, okay, so first off, before since we're already in this, since at this point we're in the spoilers, the one thing did want to wait until we were in the spoilers was the VFX and the CGI.
Okay,
Mainly because everything about this movie, the CGI and the VFX, were spot on.
except the thing. At one point, it's obvious that they're on a green screen, and it does feel slightly out of place. But if you weren't really paying attention or like looking for errors like that, you probably won't notice. It's very short.
Yeah, it does fix itself pretty quickly and it's very short. But it was like as soon as it like was on the screen, I was like, oh wow, that's
It might also be because of how big the screen was.
it's that is possible. But also at the end with the
Galactus.
baby,
Oh, Yeah, the
the
baby looks
baby.
weird at some points.
But Vanessa Kirby says everything is shot with a real baby, which I do believe. But like I don't know how they would have. Do you know how they would have used the real baby, but like CGI'd it into
They
Reed
probably just
Richards'
used a
hands?
doll.
She said it. Vanessa Kirby went on an
That one
interview.
shot that you're talking about, that wasn't real because for like safety reasons, that could not have been a real baby.
Okay.
Because she was like barely holding onto it, like leaning forward, like borderline dropping the baby. Because it was when she's like carrying the baby down. Right?
No. It's when Reed Richards is holding the baby after Sue died, and he's
Yeah,
fumbling the baby.
Yeah, I think for safety reasons, they didn't want to like have a baby just like Pedro
Well,
Pascal like wearing gloves, like accidentally drop the baby.
and also it's probably very difficult. I know for a fact it's very difficult to get a baby to do something for.
Also, would limit like how many hours they can work.
Yeah, but I mean, she went on record and said it was 100% used a real baby. They used a set of twins, but that shot bothered me so much.
I do think Galactus sometimes it's only like once or twice where his scale is a little inconsistent, but I'm okay with it. I don't really care that much.
I didn't
It
really
wasn't
notice
too
too
drastic.
much. Yeah,
It didn't bother me that much. It was just something I like noticed. I love how Vanessa Kirby powers looked, and I like how her powers were very strong because usually she's like, I can turn invisible for like 5 seconds, or like, oh, I can push something, but for like 5 seconds and I get nosebleed. She was like power. She was like arguably the most powerful.
yeah, she was super powerful, and I like it in the climax of the movie, like her using her powers, and the sound on it, and then like her voice, and she's just you know grunting, pushing Galactus. I thought was done very very well, and like you could see the emotion in her face.
Yeah, she was a really good actor.
Yeah, that was really good. It was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
I just really liked how that like lens flare that they had on her powers. It's very because usually it's just like a purple or like just a distorted shape.
Yeah,
This was just like it felt like in The Force Awakens when Kylo Ren like stops the blaster for the first time. It felt like that. It was really cool. We can also going into VFX go into the color. The color was super bright and just very I don't know what's the proper word to use, but just super fun and engaging. It was really expressive.
yeah,
I guess.
and it felt like the 60s, like the color,
Yeah.
like they had it. I wouldn't say like it was bright, but at the same time it wasn't, because
It was like
it was shot with an old camera.
it felt very saturated, but not oversaturated. Just very full. The color felt very full, and that was something that I think really shined. And
And even when they used and they were doing like the origin story flashbacks, and it was like
the TV show,
just and it was just like
it
footage.
felt perfect,
Yeah, it felt
like you were watching the moon landing.
and it was like the perfect time frame, and
I like how they didn't actually show the cosmic ray. It's just you visualize what happened, and I like
you hear it. You hear what
Yeah.
happens
you hear it, but
over comms.
and I think that was such a smart idea, also to save money, and to help the viewer visualize what happened.
Yeah,
Because if there's a thing about movies that if you let your audience just figure it out, they will enjoy the movie for. But if you baby them and coddle them through what is happening, and just give exposition for everything that is happening, then you as a viewer kind of feel like they're making you feel stupid,
yeah.
and therefore you won't like it as much. And I feel like this was just a very simple way of letting the audience infer themselves.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot.
What did you think about when they were showing footage of the origin story, and they land, and Ben punches out the door, and he's already the Thing?
I thought that was really cool because they didn't like fully show him.
No,
It was just like
And-
his arm.
and what I mean is, like, do you prefer that more than like in the original where they
Get back.
when the ray hits them, and then you slightly see like their bodies changing, but then like they're normal back in the hospital, and then they slowly start changing over time.
I like to think that like what happened then is like Johnny is just on fire, like kind of freaking out, and then like Sue is invisible, and then I'm assuming that Pedro or not Reed is just kind of like can't like keep form of his own body,
Yeah.
and then I'm assuming like if I was Ben Grimm and I was just Rock, then I would probably be trying to like rip it off or just get out of whatever I'm stuck in.
Yeah, probably feel like a claustrophobic moment.
Yeah, and I would probably try to just get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like that. I thought that was cool. Also, if because of like how much of like a father figure he felt, I feel like him seeing his what basically to become his like his brother, basically his sister, basically his other brother, all look like they are dead. I'm sure that he would have been like freaking out over that too. So I thought that was a cool thing that they did. I feel like going into the characters. I really liked how Johnny deciphered Shalabal's language.
Yes. Yeah.
Himself within a week.
Yeah.
It was like him proving that he's not just an idiot, because otherwise
he can actually contribute to the team.
One thing that I just didn't like about the original one is it's like why is he there? Like he's not contributing anything. He's just there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
like he
nice.
should be there for a reason.
Yeah, it was nice for him to show that he can actually contribute to the team and do something beneficial, even though it seemed like the other characters kind of dismissed him a lot.
Mm-hmm. But like he was great on the gun when he was like shooting.
Yeah, but they just kind of like he had these like ideas, and then like they all just kind of like with the new suits for wanting Reed to finish the suit so that they could go back up into space and do stuff like that, and Reed just kind of dismissed him and things like that, and then even Sue kind of dismissed him when he was doing the deciphering and thought he was just wasting time. And
it seemed like Ben tried to look out for him the most, because I think
they were definitely like best friends. They had that best friend moment and quite a bit, which was nice. Like they weren't fighting. No, I liked how like there was arguments.
It was like they had like a very brotherly bond.
Yeah, and it was
because he even refers to both of them as uncles.
Yes,
he said we're going to be the best uncles.
And it was very like yes, there was arguments, obviously tension during certain parts of the movie, but like they were still in sync no matter what.
When he's like, before dinner, and he's like, "What time is it?" And he's like, "I'm not done."
Yeah.
And he like just turns away, and he's like, "Almost got it."
Yeah, I liked how like they didn't make that his catchphrase.
Yeah.
It was just for cartoon purposes.
Which they did that in the original movie too, when he like had the toy, and then he's like,
"It's clobbering time."
Yeah, that was
that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, all the like catchphrases and things were like obviously Johnny didn't say "flame on" once.
I was a little disappointed by that.
I was too, but we did hear it in the toy from the box of cereal.
Because it also goes
"Flame on."
And then even when they said, even like, because obviously you have to put in some type of dialogue where they say "fantastic."
Yeah.
And I liked how Ben did it, where he was talking about food.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But then you watch Four Stick, and that one felt so forced.
It's fantastic. Say that again.
Yeah, that one was awful. But also, this one was great.
The thing was naked throughout that entire movie. That was weird.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
My favorite probably line that Ben says is when him and Herbie are making food, and then
that was cool.
Or when he's like, I'm just gonna add a little bit of garlic, not because it's not good, but just add a little zip.
Yeah, I think
that was definitely reminiscent of the bear.
Yeah, Ben was great comic relief.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting him
because usually he's just like depressed.
Yeah, he's the brooding one.
Oh, so the thing I mentioned earlier that I think kind of here's the thing. The earlier or later in the movie, they just keep cutting off power so they can defeat Galactus with these like portals, and he's like shaving with a grinder.
Yeah,
and he like shaves half his face, and then Johnny like sees him and he goes, "You missed a spot." And then he's like, "I like the beard. You should grow it out." And he's like, "Really? Like it looks good?" And I think that kind of shows how he is a little insecure.
Yeah. The beard thing was a little weird.
I liked the beard thing. That was
It
cool.
was okay, yeah. When I first saw the trail or the teaser for it or the trailer when he had the beard, I was like, why are they giving him a beard? He's a
that
rock.
does throw me off because he has hair when they go to space
Yeah,
on his head,
it's not much.
but he still
It's short.
has like it was kind of like Dad's hair when it was short.
Yeah, it's just like a normal haircut, but like yeah. So I guess you could say that the continuity in that doesn't add up, but
I'm okay with it. It looked cool.
yeah, the beard, it grew on me.
The one thing that did throw me off at him is him not having a gravelly voice, which is fine. But then I'm just curious because his organs are supposed to be changed,
Yeah, everything inside it should be a rock.
so his vocal cords should be rocks, like hitting each other.
Yeah,
So I feel like it should have changed a little bit, but after like hearing his voice, I don't really care.
yeah.
I thought it was fine.
This
But Shala Ball, the Silver Surfer, her voice design was so cool. That was like, it was kind of piercing in the theater, and it felt cosmic. And that was really interesting.
yeah. Is somebody knock on their door?
I think someone just knocked.
Go check.
Okay.
We just took a slight break. We're the only ones with a fridge, so
Yeah, no one else has
Oh.
a fridge
all of our drinks
or
are
as much like storage that we have. So
Shala Ball.
Charlotte Ball, I feel like her motives were cool. I like that we saw her like a 5-second origin. That was cool.
I liked
That was
the
perfect.
scene in that, like her
Transformation?
backstory,
Yeah.
like everything, like the background, everything looked it looked like a scene from Prometheus,
Yeah.
which was really cool because I everything about like Prometheus, the way everything looks in that movie is so good, and
It felt like a Halo game.
yeah, it was just like
Oh no, one of the planets that like Thanos like slaughters.
yeah, that was good, and the way she transformed into the Silver Surfer was cool.
It weirdly reminded me of the original like Tomb Raider game. Like if you stood on like the thing that turns people to gold.
Yeah,
And what's her name? Whatever the Tomb Raider's name is. What is
Laura
her name?
Croft.
Laura Croft. Wow, that was crazy. I might take that out.
I got in trouble by Elizabeth for knowing who that was.
Why?
We're
Angelina
watching.
Jolie?
No, remember
remake?
in the first season of Dexter, what's her face? Dexter's girlfriend,
Rita?
Rita. She dresses up like Laura
Yeah.
Croft. Yeah. My wife did not like it when I knew who she was dressed up as. She's like,
We
"Why is
talk
she?"
about Dexter a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm watching it right now. She was like, "Why is she dressed like that?" And I was like, "She's Laura Croft."
She's the Tomb
She's like,
Raider.
"Who?" Laura Croft, the Tomb Raider.
I like
And she got so mad at me.
the later movie.
Yeah.
But I my only issue with her, and I haven't read the female Silver Surfer comics, but I didn't like how she didn't really have a bond with her board. I feel like, well, I guess that kind of makes sense.
It wasn't a.
It felt like a parasitic relationship, like it was very forced, like it was a tool for her that she didn't want to have to use.
Yeah.
But I feel like the male Silver Surfer, especially in the original movie, is very connected with the board. And
Yeah.
he's a little too reliant on it.
Yeah. But
I feel like she wasn't.
she wasn't. And it wasn't like at the forefront of like
And she was like a legit surfer. And the male one's pretty just...
just straight. But she did a lot of like actual surfing, like in
bobbing
the
and
lava.
weaving. Yeah, in the lava, she like had a wave.
Yeah, which
You
was
remember
super cool. Her monologue when she first arrived to Earth, like they showed it in the trailer.
I herald your beginning.
Yeah.
Actually, no, hold up. You do.
I herald your end. I herald Galactus. It's not quite like that. I think it's
beginning. I herald your.
That went the wrong way.
Oh, I herald his beginning. Your end. I herald Galactus.
Yeah, that was...
But the sound of her voice
was so cool.
it was really, really cool. And even when she's like, "Are you the protectors of this world?" And Sue's like, "Yes, we are." Like the way she delivered that line was super cool. I just found out, and I told you this earlier, but that monologue scene was the Silver Surfer. I can't remember the actress's name. That was her first day on set.
That's crazy.
But I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like
Yeah, what you said made a lot of sense. Where it was like it's because like it works better because she doesn't know these people, and like there might be nerves, but it might be easier to deliver that type of monologue.
Because her character would feel alien to them,
Yes.
and based on like her motives towards the end of the movie, she definitely felt guilty.
Yeah.
So,
and she was like when they filmed it, it was cool to know how they film stuff like that and how she was just on a 30-foot crane on a surfboard. It's got to be scary too.
I do like how she stood out because she was more realistic, I guess. Because the design for her is they wanted her to look like an old trophy.
Yes,
that's why she had like
an Oscar.
They might win one. Probably not.
No, probably not.
But I like it. Like it kind of looked like there's dust on it. Like it's not as shiny in certain spots.
Yeah.
Like it looked like an old trophy.
Yeah, and something that we didn't see in this movie, whereas like in Rise of the Silver Surfer, the
Lawrence Fishburne's voice is amazing as the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I like that. But when when he's disconnected from his board,
he turns
like the shine. Yeah, he turns matte, and we didn't see that at all.
Matte?
So I was okay with that.
Yeah, like, that's what usually happens to them.
Like she gets beat up a few times.
There we go.
She gets beat up a few times where she just gets when she gets beat up, it's like she goes to
she doesn't
like off out of frame.
Yeah.
And then when she comes back, she's on the board and she's just kicking ass.
My biggest issue with her is she just kind of disappears in the third act.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, and I think what would have made that better
final moment better, I do think.
Really? I don't think so.
Her because I think it made it better because it showed her sacrifice just kind of out of left field. Just her showing up was out of left field, but then Johnny's line, which I feel like was by far the most emotional heavy, most probably impactful line out of Johnny, where he says, "Tell Franklin Uncle Johnny loves him."
Yeah.
I thought that was the
and then
hardest emotional beat.
Yeah.
And then because he does it without hesitation, because I mean they have to have those sacrifices. So he sees that the thing is about to close, and then sees that he's he's like, I have to do this or we're screwed. So without hesitation, he just does that, and then she just comes out of nowhere. Because at that point, you almost kind of forget about her because of how intense this is. Because I thought that Galactus was going to win, so I was like, oh, this is it. And then it kind of distracted me from her character, and then she just shows up and then just mollywops him.
Okay, yeah. I think because of Johnny's line saying that, I think that makes it okay. Because I at first I wanted them to
I thought he was actually gonna die.
I didn't.
For a second I was they might kill him.
Yeah, I did think that for a split second, but at first I thought it would have been better to show her face, show the struggle of trying to make this decision, should I help them? Because we already knew at that point we knew her backstory, so we knew that she's forced into this situation. She doesn't want to do it and would love to be free of this situation. So it would have been nice to have seen that, but I guess since you explained it that way, I'm glad they did it the way they did it. And
you good?
Yeah, I'm trying to. So with her disappearing with Galactus, I feel bad for her.
Yeah,
because we don't know what's gonna happen.
I feel like she's kind of squirmy.
Yeah,
she'll get out. But the first time that we see Galactus, the guy that played him, have you heard his voice?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Well, yeah. When you first see Galactus and he just kind of sits forward, I was like, where is he gonna come from? Is he gonna come up from here, and then you see his silhouette, and he just comes forward, and it's just his giant head, which I guess scale wise compared to when he's in New York is very different.
Yeah,
obviously it's very different, but you kind of get nervous.
I usually think that Galactus looks goofy because of how usually he's just so weird. Bright and colorful, and I'm just like, this guy's intimidating. I was like, this guy's pretty intimidating.
Super happy with his costume design.
Because I do think if it was brighter, it would have been a little off-putting.
Yeah.
But I thought it wasn't too muted, but they kind of switched it to be more chrome.
Yeah. And I like how they explained that, like, obviously Galactus doesn't want to do what he's doing. He doesn't want to eat worlds.
He's just
He's
hungry.
forced to do it, which was a nice touch to add. Whereas just like
he just seems pissed off that he's like stuck with this, but he's just kind of like, game's a game.
Yeah.
I gotta eat.
And I'm excited to see Franklin as an adult.
Yeah.
And I like throughout the whole movie, like it's a time frame, like it's this huge span of 9 months, 8 months, or
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's more than 9 months because obviously the baby's around. Franklin's around for a little bit, but
I thought that was cool. When
it's
Sue
probably
was
like
pregnant.
12, 13 months.
When they go to see Galactus and like Sue's just walking around pregnant.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of
she's
cool.
pregnant in real life. Yeah,
I thought that was kind of cool.
yeah,
Like how she's just like showing up to Galactus, just like
yeah, super pregnant, and then like a baby gives birth in space, or she gives birth to a baby in space.
yeah. That was and then when Silver Surfer when Shia like reaches into her stomach.
Yeah,
Also, I really like
that
the
was
addition.
insane.
Yeah, I was like, this is dark.
Yeah, that
I-
was so crazy.
I do like Johnny's line where he's like, "Don't tell me how to kill sexy alien." Also, Joseph Quinn sounds just like Ryan Gosling in this movie,
Yeah, he does.
like-
It's weird.
just like him, and it kind of throws me off because when he's like screaming, like when he's shouting that, or when he's like, "What time has it been?"
Yeah,
I'm not
that
gonna
one.
say
That one specifically
What
sounds
time
just
has
like
it been?
it.
I'm not gonna
Ryan
say it.
Gosling.
That moment was really cool too, but he sounds like Ryan Gosling in The Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, I kind of don't like that you told me that because I don't like Ryan
I
Gosling.
don't know why.
I just don't like his movies.
He's
I
mean.
don't. No, he's not. Not even close. He's not my favorite. He's not even in the top.
I don't know why you don't.
I just don't. I don't like his he doesn't. I don't have a good reason not to like him, but I just don't. I don't like any of the movies he's in. There hasn't been a
Any
single.
of the movies? Hold up.
I don't think there's a single movie that I actually really really like that he's in.
Not a single movie.
I don't think so.
Hold up.
Pause.
There's no.
Time out.
What?
Keep on.
What was.
Nothing.
What just happened?
Time out from like what we were actually supposed to be talking about,
Oh.
so that you can.
Yeah, whoa. That was weird. Threw me off. I was like, did the camera stop?
Oh no.
Drive. You've seen Drive, though.
Yeah,
Okay. The Fall Guy.
I didn't watch it.
That's a good movie.
You didn't like it.
Critically, it's not great. I love that movie. That was
Okay.
like my favorite movie of 2024. Yeah.
I thought you didn't like that movie.
I love that movie a lot. You're not gonna watch Barbie. You're
No.
probably not gonna watch La La Land. That was a fantastic
Alright.
movie.
What?
La La Land?
Say that again.
That's fantastic. It was a great movie. I like Damien Chazelle's director, but Blade Runner,
I didn't watch it.
The Notebook. Don't answer that.
Didn't like
I
it.
don't like The Notebook. Crazy Stupid Love.
Didn't watch it.
You just haven't watched. What movies have you seen?
I've seen a
seen-
lot of movies, but
Remember the Titan? No, what Ryan Gosling movies have you seen?
he's in Remember the Titans.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, I love that movie, but not
Wait,
because
doesn't he play?
Okay, yeah, I know who. Yeah,
Wait, who does he play? Does he play?
he just. I think.
Oh
he
no,
just-
he's not Sunshine. Isn't that Havoc?
Yes. No.
No,
it's not.
Sunshine.
Sunshine is. I can't think of his name.
His name is Kit.
Yeah.
Like from Napoleon Dynamite, his brother. Yeah, he played Ray. Nope, he played Alan.
Yeah, he wasn't very prominent in that movie.
Nope. Have you seen First Man?
No.
Have you seen Only God Forgives?
Nope. I think it's just I don't watch movies that have Ryan Gosling in it.
I don't think that's not a good take. You just have to. That's a bad take.
I don't like him.
Why?
I don't like his face.
That's not a good reason.
I told you I don't have a good reason not to like him. I just don't. Nothing against him. I just don't like him, which I guess is something against him. But
Yeah. Wait.
yeah,
Anyway, from that stupid take.
I don't know. I just can't watch a movie with him in it. Except Remember the Titans. That's a classic movie, and I absolutely love that movie.
I don't know. Okay. You also watch Star Wars. Weird.
I might skip the Star Wars movie he's in. I don't know.
Well, Sean Levy's directing that, so I don't really know how that's gonna.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, the editing. I guess we'll just go into that. I really liked the sequence editing of this. Thought it was
Yeah.
pretty good. The sound design. We've kind of talked about that ish, but each character had their own like distinctive sound. Reed Richards had the worst power set in this version. Galactus literally went like this, and then Reed started splitting. He's not very.
He wasn't very stretchy.
He didn't really transform into anything. He just stretched.
Yeah, he just stretched. That's all it was. Which
I don't really think he did anything.
I'm okay with that because he's supposedly the
Brain.
lead in Doomsday.
Yeah.
So
They might do something weird with like how they did.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
kind of give me a little bit, and then throughout, because he's gonna be, there's probably gonna be more Fantastic Four movies. Like we could lead up to like the cooler stuff. Maybe they're saving stuff for Doomsday.
Yeah, I want to see Mr. Fantastic turn into a teacup. Ooh, I actually do like that scene a lot in the original one where like he turns into Flat Stanley and puts his like fingers under the door.
I watched a deleted
Really
scene from one of those movies, and I watched it today, and I didn't know it was a deleted scene, but it was Reed is talking to Sue, and he's talking about something about being like a real man or something like that, and he changes his face to Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
That's funny.
It was a really bad like
he does that
rendering
in the movie.
of it, but
he doesn't turn to Hugh Jackman, but he just kind of turns into handsome Squidward. That's what it looks like.
oh yeah, but I watched that today, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Although like it didn't, like it looked like Wolverine, but I think it only looked like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine because of the hair and facial hair.
We saw a guy that looked like Hugh Jackman the other day at the art museum.
Yeah,
that was funny.
But regarding the powers, everybody used their powers well.
Yeah,
like it wasn't overly done, and it wasn't not enough.
I liked how Johnny,
except for Reed's, I guess, but
I think Johnny definitely used his the most.
Yes,
but
I was okay with that because
like when he like saves the girl, it's just his lower half on fire.
Yeah, that was such a nice.
Or when it's dark and he just
detail
he's wearing like a sweater and he just on fire.
Yeah,
but I don't really know how the physics of his fire works, because does it burn people? Does it not?
I would assume so, since
But he is wearing his normal.
He flamed off half his body to touch her to save a girl.
But like when he's wearing a sweater, he's just on fire from like the middle of his forearm up, but his like sweater doesn't get burned.
Maybe maybe all of his clothes now are flame retardant.
Oh wait, he does wear like normal clothes when he flames on.
Yes.
When they're like dinner, and then all of a sudden they get the beep thing, and then they removed one. I've noticed that they removed a lot of stuff from the trailers. John Malkovich has got cut.
Yeah, he got completely cut.
The shot where he grabs the surfboard and then gets like pushed off and he's like slow-mo falling, that was completely cut. I was waiting for that shot.
It was there, but it wasn't slow-mo, I don't think.
No, because it just showed the like low angle shot, like looking up at him falling, but there wasn't one of like him like this.
Was there not?
I was waiting for it and I was disappointed.
It was a nice detail to have him.
I liked his jacket.
when he reached space,
How
the flame started to leave.
Yeah,
because of the lack of oxygen, which was nice. That was a nice detail. They really put a lot of effort into making sure like those little tiny details that comic book fans would notice in a heartbeat made it correct.
I guess we can kind of go into critiques. Can't really think of.
I don't have any except those two shots.
I just continuity stuff. I kind of wish it was longer, but that's just because I enjoyed it a lot.
It was less than 2 hours.
Yeah, I do feel like it filled its space, and I do think that the portal idea was a little not lazy, but it's just kind of they had to get the plot going.
Yeah,
but it was fine.
The fast forward on that was pretty quick.
Oh, that was insane! It went from idea to just straight up all these portals are
hundreds
around the world
of portals around the world all of a sudden.
And then I felt so bad when Shia LaBeouf just starts blasting through all of them, and I was like, my
mouth dropped.
It felt like I don't know, like that clip. Don't know why this is the first thing I thought of. Harrison Ford with the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah,
he like throws it behind him. That was obviously like a thing that they set up. But like if that was real, the poor guy that sat there for days, probably weeks, building this huge Millennium Falcon.
Definitely months, honestly.
Like just building this thing to just get shattered.
Yeah,
like all that work, I'd be like. Oh.
Yeah, my mouth dropped because like that was so out of left field. Like I would assume that like it wouldn't have worked or something like that, or and then this movie honestly didn't turn out the way I thought it would at all.
There was no explanation for the Thunderbolts post-credit scene or the mid. No, was it mid or post?
Mid.
Mid-credits, because I feel like the mid-credit scene's the sequel thing, and then the post-credit scene is like something wacky.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot. It was just the cartoon.
Yeah, the post credit scene was nice, but also
The mid-credit scene though of this movie, we got to see. Well, we didn't see his face, but Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. This is on the set of Doomsday. But
yes, and they filmed the mid credit scene. The Russos
directed
it.
I
on
thought
the
it
set
would be.
of Doomsday.
I thought it'd be really cool if MF Doom started playing.
Doom did play the song Doom.
Yeah.
But
a song by MF Doom, I thought that would have been really funny.
Yeah. Did you say you were proud of me when I noticed the color change to green on the color grading?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
Nice.
Fist bump. Snail. So, yeah, because I was like, well, obviously they're going to show Doom, but then they like just completely changed the color to kind of just show his presence.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of goes and leans over and is like, the color changed. And I was like, good job.
Yeah. So this movie didn't like
explain what's happening.
No, but so here's how I thought the movie would play out.
Galactus eats the world.
Yes.
They get scared, go away.
Their only option is to go through the portal.
Or like Galactus they'd find out the next planet, and then their planet would get eaten, and then they try to go help or something.
Yeah, or as like the world is getting eaten, that's when like they had no choice but to leave, and that would be the mid-credit scene of Thunderbolts.
I thought, and then when the movie was playing out, and then they leave Galactus's Earth Eater thing, and they go through the black hole. The whole time I was thinking Interstellar.
Yeah,
because they had the same style of black hole, and then both of them were like the same. And then like the first one that they go through in Interstellar, and then the big one. But then we're taking a hard right, and then just that reminded me of Open Season.
Yeah,
when he's like, where they're like, "Did you kill this deer? It's not hunting season." He goes, "It just ran out in front of me," and he like just swerves off.
Oh yeah.
I thought that they were gonna just take the wrong turn and end up in the MCU world.
Yeah. During that scene, I was like, "Ooh, could this be leading to that part?" But nothing as to what I thought would happen happened, and which I think made me like it a lot more.
I wasn't disappointed. I was kind of
shocked. I think it made me like it a lot more because of it wasn't predictable.
Yeah, which that was the last thing I expected.
Yes. So now, well, also I just thought about this. I wonder. So Galactus went through the black hole.
Mm-hmm.
So did Shalabal. Galactus's ship is still in orbit.
Well, yeah.
Wonder if that's just something that we're just supposed to forget about.
Or no, I feel like that's gonna be something. They might go on the ship or destroy it.
So, and here's what I think might happen.
Shalabal might take over. No. Wait, no, that wouldn't make sense.
No. Here's what I think will happen. I think that Doctor Doom is going to steal Franklin with their ship, and what we saw in Thunderbolt is actually
I do think
Doctor Doom and Franklin. And then the Fantastic Four are going to take Galactus ship to find him.
You want to make a bet?
Sure.
How much?
Crisp high five?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
If you're right.
Yeah.
So we'll come back in a year and a half to this topic and see if we were right or if you were right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out, but it'll be. I hope I'm right on this theory. The only thing it'll be kind of interesting to see how the Fantastic Four manages Galactus's giant ship because it's made for him. One last thing I'll say about this, and then we can kind of move on. But the way they did this Galactus and his ship will help the original Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, because it looks the same, but if you were just to throw a dust cloud in front of it.
Yeah, it's like a cloud. So it's possible. I mean, Galactus there's only one Galactus in anything. Comic book, movies, TV shows, games, like it's the same Galactus. So
it is, but it isn't. Technically, there's just one Galactus, so if you think about it, it has to be, but I don't know how I feel that the Galactus that we saw was the same one from Fortnite. I said Fortnite like a 50-year-old person. That was weird.
Yeah. The only thing about that being the same person is Galactus got beat
by a bunch of 9-year-olds.
No, got beat by two separate Fantastic Four teams
Ooh.
in movies. So,
Actually, including TV shows, like 10.
yeah. So that's
That
a
means that
little.
he's technically the same as the one in the comics and the Lego games.
So I wonder if that's going to be the case. If they go that direction,
He just stays
we'll
losing.
see.
He just stays
yeah.
losing.
He's not very strong apparently. If they keep to that, but we'll see.
I think we can go to Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So I think the best one is when Shia LaBeouf shows up. We cut to the inside of like a office looking building.
Yep.
And we see a young Jack Kirby and a young
Stanley.
Stanley.
Yes, in what was the precursor to Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
You see the sign right there. That was
And like early drawing.
yes, that was a cool touch. It was nice to see like even in this one, there's a Stanley cameo.
Yeah.
So that was cool. There was also the 1994 Fantastic Four movie cast in the beginning when they're like
Yeah, when they're like showing the different like reporters, is that what it was?
it's just like the people of New
Yeah.
York. Like,
There's
thank
one
you, Fantastic
with like a
Four.
red circle, and that's the 1994 cast.
Yeah, so that was a nice touch. Obviously, the cartoon stuff, like those are from cartoons. The Rogues Gallery was a nice touch.
Mole Man. We see when they're like showing the Fantastic Four's history, they fight. I don't remember his name. There's like Green Monster.
Yeah,
That is their first villain in the comics, and they like recreated the comic panel like perfectly.
yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up.
We had a lot.
There was, yeah,
Was there? I'm just gonna cut this part out.
Mole Man. They have a lot of.
Cameo.
Well, just looked up. Red Ghost was in it.
Oh,
Red Ghost and the
What was the
apes.
Doctor Doom one? What's the country code? Lavaria?
Yes,
Lavaria?
Latveria. Yeah,
What is it? Latveria, the
Yeah.
country that Doctor Doom is like in control over. There's a part where they had this like world meeting and he is not there. That was cool. I knew that meant something, but I had no idea what it meant when we were watching it until I looked it up. But that was a cool touch, I thought. Just kind of establishing his presence. And I thought that was an interesting choice to not have him like in this movie at all
Yeah,
till the very end. I didn't know at first how that was going to pan out. I thought he was going to show up at some point, but
yeah. I'm excited for Doomsday now.
I wasn't really excited for Doomsday.
I was more excited for Secret Wars than Doomsday.
I was just baffled that, the MCU just felt lost and very convoluted until the last 5 to 10 minutes of Thunderbolts,
Yeah.
and then it all made sense.
Yes.
And I was like, that was a good move.
Yeah.
So, I do have a question.
What?
Is this the best Marvel movie of 2025? Or no, best superhero movie of 2025?
No.
You're gonna say Superman?
Superman. Superman is better.
How would you rank all 4?
Superhero movies this year?
Yeah.
Well, we got Superman, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. What's the fourth?
Captain America.
Oh, Captain America by
It's
far
at the top.
is
right?
no.
Oh.
It's at the very, very bottom. Very, very bottom. Like you could. It's there's the ground.
Where Steve is underground.
Yeah.
And then this movie is below Steve.
Yeah. It's awful. Nothing about the movie was good. And then I would say Thunderbolts.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah,
And-
I'd put it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Fantastic Four. And then Superman.
Which I kind of feel bad putting Thunderbolts at that low. Because I feel like it shouldn't be, but like.
I mean, if another one comes out this year, I don't think there's another
No.
superhero movie coming out this year.
I don't think
It would
so.
at least be in the top 5. Out of
Well, at least
5.
it's in the top 3.
Yeah. So I mean,
But like Thunderbolts was a great movie.
it is a great movie. I'm not discrediting like that movie at all. It's just Superman was done so much better.
I also like Superman more than the Fantastic Four, but I almost like feel bad saying that because I love both. I will definitely be seeing. I will probably go if we ever find a day to go watch Superman with Mikey. I'm definitely. Oh, we can spend a day at the theater.
Yeah, we can do both if he comes up or comes down.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah. But I mean, like, just I was very curious to see how these two movies would go at it.
Yeah.
Like, which one would do better?
I do think Fantastic Four will do better at the box office.
I do too.
Just because of I do think if Superman I think if the release date was flipped, I think Superman would do better.
I don't think so. If you look at global box office, because of the issue in Superman, Fantastic Four will do so much better.
That's a fair point.
So I think globally, I think Fantastic Four will do better.
Also, I feel like people are less aware of like the state of DC because I feel like if people don't really care, or if they like watch the Snyder movies and are like, I didn't like it, then they probably don't know what is happening.
Yeah, but at least like we're still on like 20 something years of Marvel movies, you know. So
Yeah.
I think Fantastic Four will ultimately do better. But
Oh, speaking of the upcoming reboot and them introducing the mutants, how are they gonna do Charles and Magneto? Because Magneto is known as a Holocaust survivor.
it's probably good. And,
So
I
they're
don't
gonna
know.
be like 90.
Unless they do an event where
They
Fantastic Four, how they were in the 60s, and they're just going to bring them to the present. That might be how they do it.
yeah.
That's probably
I've always
probably the
wondered how they're
easiest
gonna
way.
modernize it because like Captain America, they had to do that. They had to come up with something to take him to the future, which his character is kind of timeless now
Yeah.
because you can just keep delaying when he gets thawed out.
Yeah. Well, even with Superman, like,
Yeah, same with Superman.
yeah, like the values of Superman and like what he fights for.
I feel like
Changes.
that's the biggest issue with establishing your character at like their origin at a certain time.
Yeah.
Captain America works because he's like frozen, but Fantastic Four works because you can just put that at any time. Spider-Man, almost every hero, but I feel like the mutants are a strange one to try to do, just because of Charles and I feel like maybe not as much Charles, but specifically Magneto.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I have a question for you. Which one did you like better, Herbie or the Superman bots?
Ooh, that is a good question. Superman bots.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you.
I
Herbie felt like an Astro droid, like an R2 unit.
I feel like the issue with Herbie is that he doesn't speak English, and it causes the other characters to do
You're being biased
excessive
against robots and droids.
yes, because like it. Then the other characters have the extra exposition where it just feels unnatural, because like he says something and they're like, "What do you mean the reactor is overheating?"
Yeah.
But then if Herbie was like the reactor's overheating, then Reed can just be like, we should probably fix that rather than
Repeating
what he said. At that point, just kind of
that makes sense. Also, I feel like Herbie, like he was there, but like he didn't really do anything.
yeah. He was just kind of like a helping hand.
Yeah, that's all he was.
I thought that was.
But like I like how they all treated him like he was like a friend and a pet,
yeah.
like petting him and stuff,
Yeah.
which was kind of strange, but it was
That
like
was
it was nice touch.
I do like how they had like different modes and they like take his face out. And
Yeah.
The flight mode thing.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So I guess we're gonna try something a little different. We're gonna do like our own Rotten Tomatoes type thing because Rotten Tomatoes has the critic score and the audience score. So that was our full critic thing, and then our audience one will be really brief. Audience wise, like just watching it as like just kind of turning my brain off.
Like a normal person.
Yeah, I thought it was a really fun movie. It was really enjoyable, very different, very campy, and not. It looks more campy than it is.
Yeah, I'd say it looks campy, but
Like on
is
par,
it
it looks
a little bit?
on par with being like just about as campy as like Tim Burton,
Yeah,
Batman Forever, even though he was like a producer.
yeah,
That was Joel Schumacher, his Batman Forever. Like it looked like that kind of campy-ishness, but it didn't feel like it.
yeah, yeah. It was really entertaining, and I was super.
It felt very natural, and it felt like an alternate universe.
Yeah, yeah. I was happy with it all, especially like the '60s feel and like the time that it was taking place. I thought was really great, and I was very pleased with the movie. If I just went to go watch it just to turn my brain off,
I think
I could watch it multiple times.
I think I've gotten pretty good at doing both at the same time.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I can do that.
I would say,
I feel like with that, I feel like I notice more.
yeah.
Like there's things that pop out like right away that I'm like, oh, okay, either hate it or it's like, ooh, that's a nice touch. That was a nice shot. That was, oh, that CGI was bad or whatever the case may be. Like I'm better at just keeping my brain turned off, but like as soon as I notice something, like it's there.
I sometimes if we watch something, you do the Leonardo DiCaprio thing from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he's like, "Oh,
We did that when we watched Happy Gilmore 2. We both did it at the same time.
Yeah. What did we do that at?
It
a
was one of the
cameo.
cameos.
Oh, it was Bad Friends.
Yeah.
On the Bad Friends
the Bad
podcast.
Friends podcast, yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I just remember this out of nowhere. The color grading. I'm really excited for when they make a Frome. If you're watching the video, you can see this. It's a company. They make phone cases and like wall art of each like line on it. It looks like a long barcode, but it's the color grading from each scene. And I'm really excited and wonder if they will do a Frome for this movie. I'm really excited to what that'll look like.
That'd be cool.
And if Frome would like to send us stuff. But yeah, I like them. I like their company a lot. And I think that would be a really cool looking phone case or a piece of wall art.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
So what's your critic score? I think you gave it a 4 or 3.5.
No, I gave it a 4, I believe. Because it was really, really good.
My critic score was a 3.5. I feel like you can argue a 3 or a 4. And then
I don't think you could argue a 3. I don't think you could.
I feel like I could see an argument, but I wouldn't agree.
I don't think so. I like this movie was really, really good for a Marvel movie. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm marveled out, but like this, like the last two with Thunderbolts and this one, like it's reeling me back in to be excited for.
It's because the
upcoming
writers.
ones.
I feel like writing has forgotten of like how important it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, every aspect is just as like important as the other. But like, if you start off bad, then it's
Nothing else is gonna fix it.
No, it's kind of like
Like you could have the coolest shots. You could have that. What is that one shot? The low angle.
low angle Dutch orbit.
Yes, that one. Like you could have as many of those as you want. But if the writing is not, if the script is not good, none of that stuff is gonna help it. It's gonna suck either way.
Trying to think of a movie that is like that. I could see Dread, like the remake. Visually, it looked great. I just feel like the writing wasn't very good, but like everything else was amazing.
Yeah.
But like you can have a movie that just has bad editing, and then everything else is good, and it still be a decent movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm excited for it. I did give it a 4 on Letterboxd. I just looked.
What would you give? What would your audience score be?
A 4.5.
I would probably say I'd say a 4. Upon a rewatch, maybe a 4.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe same with the critic score. I feel like I can go up to a 4 upon a rewatch. I would definitely be rewatching it probably this week, maybe next week
Probably next
on
week.
like a discount Tuesday.
Yeah.
But
The only issue with that is we have to go to our movie theater.
yeah, I did say that when we like left. No hate to our movie theater because it's like our movie theater, but like
It's not the same.
it's like eating A5 Wagyu, and then you have to go to $2 steak.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say that's a good example.
I feel spoiled now for movie theater experiences.
Yeah, movie theaters in America need to step up their game and take notes.
But keep the butter and the free seasoning.
Keep the butter and the seasoning and that stuff.
They had some weird seasonings there.
Yeah.
All right, so I think our next episode will be a movie news. This episode shouldn't be late. The movie news for last week was that was our fault and probably mostly the airport's fault
Yeah, I'm gonna blame it all on the airport.
and the hotel. I wasn't able to charge the computer, so the video version was released kind of late.
That's fine.
I don't really know what our next episode will be next Tuesday, but
We have some options. We have at least 15 options.
yeah. So we'll see you this Friday.
Yep.
For movie news. So
If there's any movie news that you want us to discuss, let us know and we'll.
yeah,
Throw it
last
in there.
movie news was kind of there wasn't that much.
Yeah, and I would feel like this week there's not gonna be a whole lot.
We've seen some stuff this week.
Yeah, we'll probably do a lot of discussion on San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so we'll see you this Friday.
Yep. And we're out.